guys, welcome back to Mayhem and Family Fun. For me today, it's story time. Woo woo! Today I'm going to read a book that I have not read before. Peter Rabbit's Story Collection. We are going to read one story. We're going to read one story, like the Tale of Peter Rabbit. And then the next tale would be... So each individual day that I want to read, I'm going to read this book until we finish it. So, and as you see, there are a lot of pages in here. But they're full of Peter Rabbit stories. So let's get reading. The Tale of Peter Rabbit. I can't read that. Okay. Do they actually have page numbers? Yes, they do have page numbers. Alright, we are starting on... Here's a cute little picture of Peter Rabbit. I don't think you can see it though, but there's a picture on there. He's in his bed. A big bunny and Peter inside of it. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, and their name was Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sandbank underneath the root of a very big fir tree. I'm going to move my camera so it's not as bright, because I look creepy, and back to the pictures. There. See there? There's a bunny. Now, my dear, said the old Miss Rabbit one morning, you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put into a pie by Mrs. Gregor. So I guess the neighbor, the big, is the bully of the story. So that's what I'm guessing. I've not seen Peter Rabbit. Okay, right there. It's that picture. Right there, as they're getting dressed. Run along now and don't get in your mischief. I'm going out. There's Peter Rabbit getting his clothes buttoned. And then Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella and went through the woods to the baker's. She bought a loaf of brown bread and 5 sardine buns. So it looks like she's getting food. There's her in a beautiful dress. Next page. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down to gather blackberries. I'm guessing they're normal bunnies. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight away to Mr. McGreg's house and squeezed under the gate. Oh no, that is terrible. Why? He didn't listen to his mother. Right there's Peter going underneath their gate. It's not good. First he ate some lettuce and some French beans, and then he ate some radishes. I hit my head with the book. Right there is Peter. Right there's Peter with the shovel, right there. He's eating the radishes. And then feeling rather sick, he went to someone parsley. Right there's Peter. Doesn't feel very good for eating all those fruits and vegetables. Oh no! But around the end of a cucumber frame, whom should he met? But Mr. McGregor, oh no, there he is, right there. Right there. Oh no. Mr. McGregor was on his hands and knees planting young cabbages, but he jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake, calling out, "Stop, thief!" Oh no, he is getting caught and he is running as fast as those little legs can go. Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all the way over the garden, but he had forgotten the way back to the gate. He lost one of his shoes among the cabbages and the other shoe among the potatoes. So right there, the black thing is his shoe. The birdie found out the shoe, so I wonder what he's going to do with that. How long is this chapter? Oh, it ends at page 27. After losing them, he ran on 4 legs and went faster, so that I think he might have got away altogether if he had not. Unfortunately, ran into a gooseberry net and got caught by the large buttons of his jacket. It was a blue jacket with brass buttons and quite new. There he is. He got stuck in there for running too fast. Peter gave himself up for lost. He shed big tears, but his sobs were overheard by some friendly fowls, who flew him in a great excitement and spurred him to exert himself. So there he is. He has a little tear. I don't think you can notice, but he's sobbing, which is another word for crying, like a lot. Red face. Mr. McGregor came up with a stave. When he attended to pop upon the top of Peter, but Peter wriggled out of it just in time, leaving his jacket behind him. So there he is, without his clothes on, because he had to, and rushed into a tool shed and jumped into a can. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in if it had not so much water in it. So there he is going up there. There's a big splash. Mr. McGregor was quite sure that Peter was somewhere in the tool shed, perhaps hidden underneath a flower pot. He began to turn them over carefully, looking at each one. He's Mr. McGregor was after him in no time. So there he is in the pot. You see his little bunny ears, and he's looking over the flower pots. This is a beautiful story. I don't even need to watch the movie. It's probably good. He tried to put his foot upon Peter, who jumped out of a window, upsetting 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor, and he was tired of running after Pete. He went to the back to his work. So there he is. He knocked over 3 flower plants. His shoe was about to slip right on him. Peter sat down to rest. He was out of breath, tumbling with fright, and he had not the least idea which way to go. Also, he was very damp while sitting in that can. After a time, he began to wander about, going lippity-lippity, not very fast, and looking all around. There he is, sitting there like a normal bunny should, just sitting there. He found a door in a wall, but it was locked, and there was no room for a fat little rabbit to squeeze underneath. And an old mouse was running in over the stone doorstep, carrying peas and beans to her family in the wood. Peter asked her the way to the gate, but she had such a large pea in her mouth that she could not answer. She only shook her head at him. Peter began to cry. So there he is. His little tear went down. He didn't know how to get out of his yard. He was so small, he didn't know where to go. He tried to find his straight across the garden, but he became more and more puzzled. Presently, he came to a pond where Mr. McGregor filled his water cans. A white cat was staring at some goldfish. She sat very, very still, but now and then the tip of her tail twitched, as if it were alive. Peter thought it best to go away without speaking to her. He had heard about cats from his cousin, little Benjamin Bunny. And so there is his cat, I expect, looking at the goldfish. See, there's a goldfish. He went back towards the tool shed, but suddenly, quite close to him, he heard the noise of hoe. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Pete scuttered across underneath the bushes, but nothing happened. He came out and climbed upon the wheelbarrow and peeped over. The first thing he saw was Mr. McGregor hosing the onions. His back was turned towards Peter, and beyond him was the gate. So he found the gate. The gate is far out there. Where is it? Right there. I don't think you can see it because it's too dark. Oh, flash. Maybe I could do that. Yeah, maybe help, but you know. We're almost there. Peter got down very quietly. Off the wheelbarrow and started running as fast as he could, on a straight walk behind some blackcurrant bushes. Mr. McGregor caught the sight of him at the corner, but Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate, and he was safe at last in the woods outside the garden. There he is, running, and off in the distance, it's Mr. McGregor. Mr. McGregor hung up a little jacket and shoes for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. Oh my gosh. He used Peter's jacket. Right there. That's Peter's jacket. Scare away the birds. Peter never stopped running or looking behind him until he got home to a big fir tree. He was so tired that he flopped down upon the nice, soft, round sand on the floor of the rabbit hole and shut his eyes. His mother was busy cooking. She wondered what he'd done with his clothes. It was the second little jacket and pair of shoes that Peter lost in the fortnight. There he is laying. He's not dead. There she's cooking. She's wondering what happened to his clothes. Bet she's not going to tell. I won't either. I'm sorry to say that Peter was not very well during the evening. His mother put him to bed and made some cold tea. And then she gave a dose to Peter, 1 tablespoon to take in at bed at bedtime. There is his family over there, and she's putting Peter to bed because he doesn't feel good. But Mopsy, Flopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk raspberries for supper. So he had to go to bed while they ate their dinner. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. We'll read the next chapter when I want to. Bye. If you like this story, please leave a like. And subscribers, we need likes for this video. Bye.